helped buy homes 6-10 years ago? Yeah.
Because they're 20 to 30.
So what is the average consumer experiencing today that's in that debt that owns a home?
Doesn't have any discretionary cash flow because he's spending 20% more.
Cash flow, guys, that's one advantage you can be selling. Understand, cash out refinances work very similar to purchases. It is an emotional thing. There are people that are gonna be at 3 and 4% that did not take out the home equity lines. And now their credit's torpedoed, that you have no choice to do a cash out refi. Well, Eddie, it's tough. It's tough to sell that. I don't know if I wanna have that conversation. Well, that's up to you, if you don't wanna have that conversation, because here's what I'm gonna tell you. The pros, and a lot of you guys in the room are already having those conversations, so they're gonna take your client. And what are you gonna play? Well, that was my client, how could you do that? The last time I checked, this is a free country. I did not know that you own anybody. It's been a little bit, a long time since that was possible.
Eddie, when you give somebody $1,000 or $1,500 a month in discretionary income, it's life changing.
Of course, because think about this. Let's just say you did that. $1,000, $1,500. Say you did take their interest rate from 3 to 7.5%, but you gave them $1,000, $1,500. Let's not even remember, forget about the $1,200, 18,000. And obviously it depends by the loan amount. People argue me on this one, and that's true. You've now given them more of a write-off, and on their debt, they didn't have a write-off. So all of a sudden you put an indirect cash in their pocket outside of that. You definitely lower their stress. And let's just say they want to be really, really responsible. This is where they can really control. This is for the people that love to sell rate. I'm about to give you a little secret here. If they start using that money to pay down the mortgage, are they really paying the same rate that's on their note? What are they doing?
Increasing equity.
Principal reductions. That's zero. So they're mowing it down. So what's the real effective rate there? These are all things on how you can overcome all these conversations and actually put them in a better position. Now, interest rates happen to go down and it makes sense, then you have another loan that you can do and put them in a better position. And maybe put them in a 15-year or put them in a 10-year. Or one of the things when people used to ask me, should I do a 30 or 15-year? Does anybody know the answer I would give them?
30.
Huh?
Depends on a lot of factors.
30.
Do a 30, pay it off.
When the money gets tight, you can't.
So what I would say is, I can't answer that question, but I have a couple questions I want to ask you. Are you disciplined? Nobody ever said no. They eat 10 cheeseburgers a day. But are you willing, do you think you'll ever have some hard times in the next 15, 20 years from a cash flow standpoint? Because we are not in a rate world, we are in a payment cash flow world. Don't let anybody BS you on that one, especially not yourself in the eyeballs in the mirror. So I would say, hey, here's a 30-year. Then the argument would be, well, the interest rate's a little bit lower on the 15-year. And some people would be honest with me, like, hey, if you don't put me in a 15-year, I'm not doing it. So I'd say, okay, I got you. But I say,